Hello prep2. Today we are going to take close-up Unit 6 Living History, page 77. We'll start with the phrasal verb. Number 1, set off. What does it mean? It means to start a journey. For example, they set off in the morning and arrived at midday. It means what? They started their journey in the morning and arrived at midday. Number 2, set up. What does it mean? It means to make a piece of equipment like computer, laptop, TV. Make it what? Ready for use. For example, have you set up your new laptop yet? Or could you please help me set up the video camera? Number 3, take over. What does it mean? It means to begin to have control or responsibility for something. For example, the small company was bought and taken over by a larger one. Or we can say another example. When his father dies, the son took over the company. It means that the son had the control or the responsibility for that company. Number 4, dig up. What does it mean, dig up? To excavate. What does it mean? To remove something from the ground. That thing was what? Buried. Like, for example, many interesting things were dug up during what? The excavation. Like digging up for the monuments or treasure and so on. Number 5, put off. It means what? To discourage. For example, he was put off becoming a soldier because it was so dangerous. Or we can say another example, don't put off your brother applying that job. It means what? Don't make him disappointed or don't discourage him. The last one, die out. What does it mean? It means to become extinct or disappear, no more exist. Like dinosaurs, for example. Dinosaurs die out thousands of years ago. Now with the exercise, try to do what? Try to complete this sentence with one of these phrasal verbs. I'll read them first and give you time to what? Guess the answer. Number 1, some scientists say that the human race will space if a comet hits the Earth. What will happen if a comet hits the Earth? The human race will do what? What will happen to them? Okay. Number 2, somebody else will have to. The museum after the manager quits. Somebody else will have to what? Take the responsibility of the museum. Okay. Number 3, the technicians space the computers at the site. Prepare. Okay. Try to guess the phrasal verb. Number 4, we space on our tour around the Acropolis. It's a citadel in Greece. Early on Saturday morning. What a tour. Started, the tour. It means what? Number 5, the many difficulties the archaeologist faced. Space him, another space the project. It means what? Made him what? Disappointed or discouraged him. Okay, give me the phrasal verb. The last one, did they space the ancient Greek bath in your granddad's field? It's very easy. Okay, try to guess the answer. Here are the answers. Number 1, some scientists say that the human race will die out if a comet hits the Earth. Number 2, somebody else will have to take over the museum after the manager quits. Number 3, the technicians set up the computers at the excavation site. Number 4. We set off on our tour around the Acropolis early on Saturday morning. Number 5. The many difficulties that the archaeologist faced put him off the project. The last one, did they dig up the ancient Greek pot in your granddad's field? Now we will learn how to form these words. Number 1, theorize. It means to think about something and explain it. For example, the detective theorized that the victim knew his killer. The noun is theory. It's an idea or a group of ideas to explain something. These ideas are not proven. There is no evidence, like the theory of the way the pyramids were built. Some said that it was the aliens who built the pyramids. The adjective is theoretical. Number 2, analyze. It means to examine, to study parts of something through analysis. For example, the bacteria were analyzed under a powerful microscope. The noun is analysis and the adjective is analytical. Number 3, repetition. It means doing or saying the same thing many times, again and again. The verb is repeat and the adjective is repetitive. For example, the song was repetitive, I didn't like it. And number 4, prove. It means to demonstrate the truth or existence of something by evidence, giving an evidence that that thing exists. For example, it couldn't be proven that the suspect stole the money. The noun is proof. We can say there is no proof that the suspect stole the money, and the adjective is proven. We have also conclusive. It means to show that something is true, to end any doubt. For example, we are all convinced by the conclusive evidence that the vase date back to 200 BC. The verb is conclude, and the noun is conclusion. For example, the scientists took 4 weeks to come up with a conclusion, or we can say final results. We have also satisfy. It's a verb, to make happy or to please. For example, nothing satisfies him as a good meal. The good meal makes him satisfied or happy. The noun is satisfaction. We can say many people get a lot of satisfaction out of achieving their goals. The adjective is satisfactory, or we can say satisfying. For example, our manager told us that our work was satisfying or satisfactory. Now, with the exercise, try to complete the table. As you can see, we have verb, noun, and adjective. Take your time and try to complete. As you can see, the verb is theorize, noun theory, the adjective theoretical. Analyze, analysis, analytical. Repeat, repetition, repetitive. Prove, proof, proven. Conclude, conclusion, conclusive. Satisfy, satisfaction, and satisfactory. Exercise D. Complete the sentence. Number 1. Mr. Hitler has a speech about how the pyramids were built. Number 2. There is no space that the king was buried in his tomb. We have to do more work at the excavation site. Number 3. A researcher must have good space skills. Number 4. I think we should space the test on the mummy because a mistake was made during the first round. Number 5. The researchers took 4 weeks to reach space. The last one. I had a lot of questions about the scientists' answers weren't space. Now with the answers. Number 1. Mr. Richard has a theory about how the pyramids were built. Number 2. There is no proof that a king was buried in this tomb. Number 3. A researcher must have good analytical skills. Number 4. I think should repeat the test on the mummy as a mistake was made during the first one. Number 5. It took 4 weeks to reach what conclusion. The last one, I had a lot of questions, but the scientists' answer weren't, as we said, satisfactory or satisfying. Now with the general exercise, complete the sentence with the phrasal verb. Number 1. Let's space before the rush hour traffic. Number 2. The scientists space the equipment for the experiment. Number 3. If many species are not protected, they will space. Number 4. I was space becoming an archaeologist when I found out what a difficult profession it is. Number 5. Where did they space the dinosaur's skull? The next one, I was going to go out, but the weather, space. 7. The new head of department will space at the end of the month. The last one, some ancient civilizations have space because of disease. Exercise B, choose the correct answer. That's the end of Unit 6, Living History. Thanks a lot and good luck.